What's going on, guys? It's going to be a real quick one. I just wanted to say thanks for waiting around for those of you who are still subscribed. I was gone for a month at training and I've been back for a week now and I still haven't put out a video. I intended on it. I have a confession to make. I failed at my goal. My goal was to go through the Summer Shred program, get down to my previous best weight and look, and I failed it. I mean, I got too antsy getting with all these new ways of dieting that I wanted to experiment with, but I should have just stuck to what I knew, and I know that I could have done better had I just followed what I know worked instead of just wanting to try all these things and show you guys. So that's some of the things like intermittent fasting and if it fits your macros and all this. I mean, I've done things like that before and tried them out a little bit, but I wanted to show you guys how they work and if they do work as per my individual basis. Keep in mind everyone is different, but some things hold true that work pretty consistently. So I went a little bit overboard sometimes, and I really love food, so I just kind of ate too much when I knew I shouldn't have, and there were just little times that, for example, those cheat meals where, yes, you can have a cheat meal and successfully benefit from it, but I took it overboard in the sense that I ate way more than needed and I just continued to eat. Truth be told, all that matters is you learn from your lessons, and this lesson for myself is I need to cut when I'm ready, not just cut all the time. That's my problem, is I always want to cut. I feel like a lot of us struggle with that though in this kind of generation right now, because a lot of us young males right now, we see all these magazine models and all these guys who are just ripped, and they're ripped year round and blah, blah, blah. But we forget that in order to get as much muscle as they had to bulk up essentially, and not in the terms of dirty bulk. Everyone's bulk is going to be different based on your body type, but you still need to take that time to be in a caloric surplus to make sure you're gaining muscle for a substantial amount of time so you have a good base to cut to. Otherwise, if you start cutting, you're not going to put on that muscle, and that's kind of the reason that over this next, I want to say year, maybe even 2 years, I'm going to try to steady bulk and just kind of stop worrying so much and stressing the little things. So you're going to see me not with ripped abs or any of those kind of videos anymore, but I still want to put out videos to you guys. So I wanted to make this, let you know, yes, I failed, but I'm going to get back at it. And I'm going to wait until it's the right time to cut again. And that's one thing that I feel like other people might struggle with as well, is waiting for that right time. And it takes patience, because you need to, in your years of 18 and below, upwards of even 23, you should be bulking essentially. You should be trying to put on as much muscle as you can. You don't need to cut now, because it has to do all with your levels of hormones, your testosterone and all that. It's at an all-time high right now, so if you're just cutting all the time, sure, you might be better at cutting, but you won't be able to put on the amount of mass that you want to, and it's going to be a lot harder down the road, so you need to do it now is essentially how it works. Basically, what held me back so much on this last cut on the Summer Shred was bulking was on the back of my mind, so I would kind of sometimes struggle with the idea of cutting going too low, and I would want to add a little bit more and try to put on muscle, and it just got to the best of me, and I tried to bulk a little bit while I was cutting and it just wasn't working out for me. So lesson learned there, and we're just going to get back to putting on some size. You're going to see a lot of this come back. You're going to get a lot going on here, and that's something I got to get comfortable with, because I myself as an endomorph, I am not going to be able to put on some size while maintaining my abs very well. That's kind of a sad thing, and that's not an excuse saying, there are going to be some people that say, oh yeah, you can if you just monitor it. Well, no, like, I know my body type, and that's one thing you have to figure out for yourself, is what your body is like, and I know that it's going to start putting on fat as soon as I start bulking, even clean bulking. So what I'm going to do, I'm not just going to go out there and dirty bulk. I'm going to try to eat clean foods as much as I can. I'll show you sometime soon what my typical week will look like, and I'm still going to include some cheat meals in there to re-amp the metabolism, but also to give myself, the little pleasures in life. You don't want to, this journey, your fitness journey, is supposed to make you feel better, not make you feel restricted, and it kind of takes away your freedom if you think, oh, every time I have a cheat meal, oh, I feel bad. You don't want to feel like that, and I have felt like that before, and I still currently feel like that a little bit inside, even with this meal that I'm about to have right now. But that's for the next video. I really tried to make this one as short as possible. Go ahead and check that one out. Thank you all so much for staying subscribed. For those of you who did subscribe and stay subscribed while I was gone for over a month. But we're back here. Steve Fitness. Thanks guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Here's a little sneak peek at that next video for you. So why don't you go ahead and click on that other video if it's out already. If not, just hold on, it'll be out pretty soon.